Hi everybody, this is Dane. Welcome back to my channel, Filipino Nurse Retire. So I'm gonna turn on the light so that you can see my face, okay? If you have not subscribed, please do comment and share if you feel like sharing. Otherwise, it's a gloomy day outside. I started walking, but it started to rain, so I'm here right now. It's still winter time, so we're gonna just do our best to lengthen our patience as a retiree during winter time. But otherwise, it's a nice day, and I'm gonna talk to you about about retirement again, and it's about motivations of foreigners why they go to the Philippines. I may have already talked to you guys about retirement off and on other videos, but this time I will talk to you again the motivation why foreigners retire in the Philippines. There must be plenty of reasons, but I'm just gonna give you a few, about maybe 5 of them or 6 of them, okay? The number one reason is, all right, economics. Here in America, the homelessness is getting to be a very popular topic, okay? Because some people are unfortunate to have no homes at the very end of their lives, okay? Working days are over, and that is about, I would say, 65 years old. By 60, or maybe about going to 55 years old, you should be able to know already how your finances are doing. You should be able to assess when you're going to be able to pay off your house and how much money do you have built up. But other people fail to do that, okay? So they do not put anything in their 401ks that is individual return that a working person would be able to contribute personally from their paycheck, maybe 4% and up, okay? And then you're gonna have Social Security. So that's depending on how much years you have worked and contributed to the Social Security system. Then you're gonna have a nice life because you have 401k, it depends on your percentage, and your Social Security. Now other people do not work all their lives. They have not worked maybe less than 20 years of their lives. So therefore, you're not gonna expect a good retirement return as well as no 401k. So when you reach retirement age, you might be getting about $1,000 maybe if there is, or less than that, to like $3,400 a month. And that is a good one. So if you are only making $1,000 a month, meaning to say you are really a candidate to be homeless, especially if you have not paid off your house, because you still have a house to pay, which is probably about a decent one, maybe $1,000 to $1,200. That's within our locality, and those are really just modest houses. I do not know in New York. You probably would not get anything like that, okay? Now, you still have to take care of your medications and your food as well as the other utilities. So 1,000 is not gonna make you survive in America. You're gonna be homeless, okay? Now, but if you're gonna go to the Philippines, then it's another story. $1,000 would go a long way for you. Now, just to keep you aware that there is the percentage of homelessness in America is 1:588 people. That was 2018 statistic. That's the survey. And there's about 7% that are veterans, and 70% of that, 70% are male, and 30% of course are females. Anyhow, so that's why people go to the Philippines, because of that reason, that their $1,000 a month would go a long way. So you might be able to rent a 1,100 pesos. My God, $100 a month for a house to maybe 10,000 pesos a month. And that's already modest houses and you can eat 3 times a day and have and feed a wife maybe, but you're gonna be able to survive. So your medications would be maybe, I would say you still can afford that, but you can live in the Philippines but not in America, especially with people who are living in big cities like New York and California. Those are the places where there's a big amount of homelessness. And then, number 2, maybe seeking for a companionship in the Philippines. Maybe you are divorced several times and wanting to get you a young lady, okay, and go broke later on. But let's not talk about that. Or seeking for a companionship with an old lady, and you're gonna have an automatic family after marrying her, so you can live together live happily ever after. But that is hoping you're gonna have a good wife, okay? So treat her well. Number 3, the climate. It's a steady climate. It's always summer in the Philippines. So therefore, you don't have to put up with the winter. Winter makes you depressed, and you shovel snow. It's a hard thing to do for an old person, right? And really, winter right now, it's depressing because it's sometimes very gloomy, and then it's wet, and you cannot really do anything outside to do your yard and everything and look at the flowers because everything is dry. Oh no, I'm sorry, everything is brown and dead. So the mood is affected. That's why a lot of old people has depression sometimes and dementia and Alzheimer's, because there's not a lot of stimulation. So unlike if the sun is up, the mood is back and you're kind of happy, you know, it goes with the sunshine. All right, another one is Filipinos understand English. A lot of majority of the Filipinos can communicate and understand, okay? So that's why foreigners go there. Number 5, this is the last thing, but this is the most important that is applicable to me and my husband, okay? It is the fear of being disabled in America and go to the nursing home, which is really true. Unfortunately, okay, in America, we have a very good family support system, good medical care system. But really, when you get old, sometimes your opinion is gone, as well as you get disabled, and really the family has no time for you anymore because they're so busy working. I can relate to that because I really work so hard and really no time for other people. How much more for old people that goes to the bathroom every 30 minutes, or they have to be flipped every 2 hours. You have to do dressing, you have to help them with their food and help them stand up and so on and so forth. The family in America has no time for that. I have one child, but I cannot even really I do not expect for her to do that. That's too much of a work. But in the Philippines, we love our elders. So regardless of what they will be, like disabled or not, we will be there if in case they need our help. And that's just one of those things that we are always accustomed to do. So that's the difference between America and United States as far as dealing with old people, okay? Now, nursing home, I cannot believe in America, it takes about 4,500 sometimes. 4,500 a month just to get confined in the nursing home. I know that because I already researched on that, because a friend of mine who is in stage Parkinson need to he needs to go to the nursing home, and his retirement is only like 4,000, maybe 3,500. So I don't think he's gonna be qualified, because the is requirement to have is 4,000 and up a month, and that is here in our county. How much more if people live in a big state, or big cities? There's no way they can afford that. So as I've said, in Philippines it's cheaper there, and you can get you a maid and just treat your people really well. The people that you're gonna hire, treat them well when you were young. When you are young, and they would help you out during your time of needs. So here I have a lot of patients before that comes from the nursing home, and their medication is about this long. They have probably about 50, I kid you not, 50 medication at one time. So you cannot just give them without reviewing it. Then when they're in the nursing home, they only leave them with 2 nurses for how many patients? Sometimes 50 patients, and you have to review them, the whole entire thing, before you give it to the patient. So you really, as a nurse, no time for you to even give TLC to your patients. So if a patient would take a dump, they're gonna be SOL, because that's why patients are neglected, and that is a nightmare. There's a stigma to that, just going to the nursing home. Back to my friend who needs to go to the nursing home. I do not know what can happen to him, honestly, because when he was diagnosed to have a Parkinson, me and my husband go there every weekend and clean the house. We have to clean the bathroom. I'm assigned in the bathroom, and my husband mopped the floor and everything. We did that for about 1 year, every week. And then after that, we can taper down a little bit once every 2 weeks. But now it is getting harder and harder for him to walk, and he is demented now. So I do not know if the family had taken over, because I cannot just say, this is too much, because the government really has to take over. But I think the DFACS has been involved about that, but I'm not really sure if currently they had already taken him to the nursing home. I hope the family had decided to do that, honestly, because he has no children. So it's only the aunt that has to decide for him this time. But otherwise, I hope things are okay with you guys. So in your life, actually, you really have to make some plans so that you can retire early and decide for yourself. And then Philippines is not really a bad place. I know there's a lot of inconveniences there, but when it comes to quality of life, it's probably better for you to stay there than here in America, especially if you do not have a good support system, honestly. But I'm not really generalizing that American family are bad. I'm not saying that at all. Okay, it's just the time for the old ones takes a lot of your time, okay? Especially when you start being disabled and you cannot take care of yourself. So think about that, guys, and I hope you're gonna be successful, and just put up and go with the flow, whatever are the shortcomings of Filipinos, because there's a lot of inconveniences there, okay? And I hope things will get better for everyone. Thank you, guys. May you have a good day. Bye-bye.